Okay, this is an interview I've been looking to for so long. I'm with the one and only, I call you Miss Satya, but I would love for you to introduce yourself. What do you do here? And let's start there.
Sure. Thank you, Doug, for doing this interview. You want me to look at you or there?
Either way, just
Either
you can
way.
look at me
Okay.
wherever you're more
Yeah.
comfortable.
Okay. So my name is Satya Jonnalagadda, and I lead the scientific and clinical affairs function here at Medifast. So my team is made up of experts from in nutrition, exercise science, behavior science, public health, and we look at all of the evidence regarding health, and more specifically metabolic health, and what is our understanding. It continues to evolve, and so that is the foundation for how we develop our programs, products, and plans, because we have to be evidence-based and science-based. And my background is in clinical nutrition, exercise science, and in food science. And so I have a strong history in healthcare. And here I am now working with the team to help innovate and do the research to support our programs, plans, and products.
So why did you choose us? Why you could join any company in the world around health? Why did you choose us and to be on the front lines in this mission?
I think the mission of the company is a very important one. It's about transforming lives and from a health and well-being perspective, and looking at the overall. It's not a quick fix. It's about nutrition and lifestyle and being that comprehensive approach. And the team that is the individuals who are part of my team have been with the company for a long time. And that tells you the credibility that we bring to the table, given the focus on health and well-being. And so that's a big interest of mine.
Okay, so there's this new buzzword, and not necessarily a buzzword because it's been around forever, but it is new. Tell us about what is metabolic health and metabolic dysfunction, and talk to us a little bit about the studies you've ran over the last couple of years to come out with our new proprietary information that's proprietary, that's special to us, right?
Correct. So metabolic health at a very high level is just looking at how our body functions on a day-to-day basis. We want our body to be as efficient as it can be in terms of being able to metabolize what we are eating, what we are doing, so that we are more efficient. And one of the things that happens if that whole process is not in balance is the dysfunction. And what that means is essentially all of the processes that are happening inside our body are in disarray and not in balance, which means it essentially leads to, for example, accumulation of fat in the body because it's not being metabolized correctly, it's not being broken down correctly. So that's just one example. It also leads to things like increase in blood sugar levels, blood cholesterol levels. So that's the dysfunction. And so when we think about metabolic health, we are trying to reverse that dysfunction. And we know from all of the evidence that nutrition and lifestyle plays such an important role in terms of moving the spectrum from metabolic dysfunction to metabolic health. And there are many factors that impact that dysfunction. It's our lifestyle, our crazy, hectic lifestyle, the poor nutrition, the poor habits that we have when it comes to whether it's movement, motion, whether it's sleep, the poor quality sleep, the lack of physical activity, even the mental stress that contributes to the dysfunction, because when you're stressed, it disrupts the hormonal balances, which then affect metabolic health. So when we think about why we are focusing on metabolic health as a company now, more than 90% of adult Americans have metabolic dysfunction, and they're not aware of it. And so we have a role to play because given our mission of lifelong transformation, we have a role to play, and the science shows that we can play a role.
And so I have a question though on that. In your 16-week study, what was your findings?
Yeah. So the 16-week study that we did with our pivotal program was a very well-controlled randomized clinical trial. So we followed all of the gold standard in terms of our processes, how we conducted the study. And in those 16 weeks, not only did we saw weight loss, but we also saw the quality of that weight loss. And what I mean by that is we want to help people lose weight, but we have to pay attention to where that loss is coming from. And in our study, we saw that we lost more fat, and especially the bad fat, which is the visceral fat.
Right.
and we were able to help retain the lean mass and
Retain the lean mass. You know,
yes.
that's the part that gets me excited,
Yeah,
is that our clients are retaining their lean muscle.
Exactly.
Was it by 98%? Is that what it was?
98%, correct. We retain lean mass, and when you're retaining lean mass, which is more than 50% of it is muscle, you're protecting your muscle.
Yes.
And the other piece, I know you're a big fan of this, we have to help not only protect that muscle, but we also need to continue to build that muscle, because muscle is metabolically very active. So when you have more muscle, that means your metabolic processes are much more active, and you're able to maintain that balance and move towards metabolic health.
Well, as a metabolic coach, it gets me excited because our program is designed for the average American. Most people won't step foot in a gym. They're scared, there's fear, there's insecurity, or maybe they've had a bad experience, whether with the culture or whatever's been placed, and so they go back home and they hide. Our program is literally designed to do from the comfort of your own home, but the best part is you don't have to cook all day and you don't have to do everything. Like, we provide the meals that you and your team has created for them, right?
Correct. And so we have a very structured meal plan that is comprehensive. It's a quality meal plan when we think about the macronutrients, high quality protein, carbohydrates and healthy fat, fiber to support digestive health. We provide all the micronutrients. But one thing I don't want to forget, two things I don't want to forget about is our coaches. We know in our clinical study, we saw that people who had the support of the coaches were much more effective in their weight loss journey and in their fat loss journey than people who did it on their own. So our coach and our community support is so important.
That's a lifeline.
Exactly.
That's what makes us different.
Exactly. That accountability, and that whole, we are lifting each other up.
So our programs target specifically what?
Our programs are targeting not only as the structured meal plan supports that healthy quality weight loss, helps improve the body composition, but it's not just about the nutrition. The lifestyle is also so important. We have to help people develop healthy habits, and that's part of our holistic comprehensive program, which then together is addressing metabolic health and reversing that dysfunction.
Okay. Are we allowed, and I won't put this on if we're not, are we allowed to talk about the cholesterol and the diabetes yet?
Yeah,
publicly?
The big four?
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
okay,
because we put it out on the coach answers, so it went out in an email, so yes, we can.
Okay. So what is the big four? Because this is something, of being a coach for 16 years, I've never been able to say, but now part of your 16-week study, you found what?
Yeah, so the big four is to help our coaches be able to talk about their health and wellness journey. Weight loss, as I said, is a very important aspect of our overall program, and the quality weight loss is critical. And as part of that weight loss, we know from the body of evidence that when people have at least 5% or more weight loss, there are health benefits. So with the big four, what the big four is referring to is those health benefits. When people lose weight, we know they can help improve their diabetes management. They can help lower their blood glucose, blood cholesterol levels, help manage their high blood pressure, and improve insulin sensitivity. So that's the big four.
That's the big four.
And those are all health outcomes that can help improve metabolic health and decrease the risk of those chronic diseases.
So my final question then, Satya, would be, what is important for our coaches and our clients to know that make our program safe, proven, and effective?
That's a great question. And first is the confidence that we have in our data and the work that we have done behind the scenes in terms of looking at the totality of the evidence. And that's where my team plays a significant role. We're not only doing the research, but we have the data. And this is proprietary to us. The clinical studies are proprietary to our program and plans. And we followed the gold standard in conducting the data. So our coaches and our clients need to be confident that we have their back and we have the data to stand behind.
You do, and you have the smarts and the wisdom that we get to be a coach and we get to go out and do what we do and love and serve the people, because Americans are hurting. But you on the back end, you and your team are taking care of us, and together we make a great team.
Great, yes, totally. And we make sure that anything that we put out is evidence-based.
It is.
And so
And that's important.
That's,
Evidence-based. And there is only one Miss Dr. Satya. So thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Doug.
amazing, amazing, amazing. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
on the front lines with us.
Thank
we
you.
need you. We
We
value you.
appreciate your
you.
support.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Let's grab a photo.